Good morning, Discord. Morning, YouTube. Let's get into it. Give me a moment. I need 1 second to catch up. Okay, Mr. Higgins, I just sent you an email. All right, let's see what we got. So, this magenta I randomly just put here, so I guess it was a thing. I don't know if we're gonna use it. Give me a moment, I just need to get set up here, running slightly behind. All right, I'm gonna keep this magenta in mind, but I'm probably gonna get rid of it for now. But I'll keep this one in mind. We'll see what happens. Let's let early candles play out. We're the 5 at 84.37. We want to see if we're gonna test the 5. All right, look. Here's your setups. All right, so we want to look to see if they're going to test the 5 and then bounce off, or if we're going to break, retest, and reject underneath the 5. Today looks like it should be an easy day. Looks like they might respect the algos, but the only thing we gotta watch out for is the short-lived move, right? So don't overstay your welcome. Make sure you're chasing everything. Let's look to see if we get a break or retest underneath this key level right here, 86.12. Now look, it doesn't mean that this path is gonna happen, you know, like candle by candle by candle. Meaning that we have to be able to expect the movement, right? That it's not gonna be just one candle stacking on top of another candle, stacking on top of another candle. There's movement inside of it. So now that you know that, don't let the movement inside stop you out. Because it has to go up and down. It's going to fluctuate up and down. So just, you know, as long as you know that, you're not going to let it stop you out. Okay, this magenta ended up being, I think I'll hold on to it. I think I'm going to hold on to this magenta for a little bit. So just wait till we get underneath 86. What is this? 86.12. Let's see if we get one of these. Break and retest underneath. Look, so we know there's liquidity right here on what is this? 86.12. So it's gonna dance, right? So if it does this, if it like breaks, retests, and rejects, then you know it's just building strength to push down. Just be patient, wait for a couple cycles to go by. Now I'm not sure if this magenta was part of pre-market or if it's or if they're actually starting the algo on market open. So I didn't expect it to break magenta and just dump like that, so I'm gonna hold on to it for now, but it might be, I'm not sure if it's pre-market algo or if that's what it's gonna be for the day. So I'm gonna be a little cautious on this magenta right here. I'm here, I'm just being quiet. All right, perfect. So we know there's liquidity here, right? So let's let this liquidity settle out. How do we know that? Because we have our key level here. So key levels have liquidity. So let it settle out, right? Let's see if they're gonna do the dance to push it down. Or if they're grabbing liquidity to push it up, right? If we make 86.12 support, then we're just gonna be back in here. So we wanna watch out that this isn't just a liquidity grab. So this is where we wanna watch out for the dance because we know the liquidity's here. Okay, now we're still in purple. All right, look, if you took the break and retest of 86.12, you got to protect this trade now, right? You got to protect the trade. Remember, this was the setup here. It was the break, retest, and reject of 86.12. You got to protect this trade now. Okay, listen, Discord members, if you took the pink ranger for puts, you don't overstay your welcome, okay? So if you're on YouTube right now, you didn't know that the Discord members already had the first call out. We have a pink ranger, which means if it goes below this to buy puts, if it goes above to buy calls. The reason why you didn't know that there was already a call out is because you're not in the Discord. We already made how much? 85.91 to current price 85.43. So don't overstay your welcome. So if you didn't know, it's because you're not in the Discord. You have to send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted out. Good. There you go. In and out. That's how you do it. And if it presents itself again, perfect. Perfect. There you go. Don't overstay your welcome. That's a good way to start, right? Little quick green. So now your trades for the rest of the day, they're padded. They're padded, meaning you got a little cushion now. I think we're going to hold on to this magenta. All right, now we're going to see if it's going to continue down. They're going to want to do this. Watch, hold on. Let me show you. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, it needs to turn around if it's going to continue down. If we get above this, then either it's going to push up or we're going sideways. So we're looking for our weak bull cycle here. The weak bull cycle, we're going to see if that takes us down to the 5, which is at 84.25, okay? So we're going to look for calls above here. Okay, today should be easy, just don't overstay your welcome, right? So when it breaks, whatever it is, you got to be on it. Allow it to get into money before you move your trade. Yeah, let's let one more cycle go by. I haven't confirmed this new magenta, so I'd rather wait for a confirmation of the new magenta. Magentas are micro, I can already tell. Magenta is going to be our micro. There's a macro somewhere. It's starting to form. You have to give it a second though. So the magenta is going to be our micro for the day. So it's going to be build in magenta and break something. I don't know what it is yet. We'll find it, but as of now we have to use magenta because it's going to lead us to our macro. So the micro is going to lead us to our macro. Okay. Now look, if we get above here, start looking the other way. If we do this, we're going to start looking the other way. Okay, so while you're in here, no man's land. Oh, they got me with the early celebration. Look, they got me with the early celebration. Hold on, let's see. Let's see if we push down for the 5. So look, we had a good break, retest, and rejection off of 86.12. So our movement might be a little bit here. Let's see if we gain secondary liquidity in purple like that. All right, let's see if we're still in it on purple. Let's see if we're still in it on purple, secondary liquidity purple right here. The 5 minute says we got room for the down, 30 minutes says we got some room for the down, the 1 minute says we're below the water, so this one might be just a little bit choppy. Might be a little bit choppy. Again, these are the levels here, so If they push it up, this would be a really sneaky liquidity grab right here. If this pushes up, I would be surprised. If this gets above, what is this? 86.12, then it faked me out. Then it faked me out. This is a really good fake out, but we'll see. We will see. This one's about to stop me out. We'll see. But it's going to be okay, because if it does, then it'll just make everything a lot easier. So just got to be patient here. Nothing to do here. We're just going to let whatever's going to happen, happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm here. I'm just being quiet. We're letting see when what the price is gonna do. Let's see if we get above 86.22. I'll get stopped out. So just being patient. We'll see what happens. So at least worst case scenario, I was able to, by holding a little longer, I was able to, you know, if it does go against me, it's not going to hurt as bad. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to be quiet. Just going to be quiet. Well, I was able to hold for break even, so we'll see what happens now. that candle took me out for fees. If it rejects, I'll get back in. So I had this magenta somewhere else before. I took the trade, immediately rejected, I held, and then I was able to stop out for fees. So we'll see if I get back in. Because we still have until 80 around this area up here until it's invalid. So I chased it a little too tight. I thought I was gonna go on this candle here, but we'll see. I'm gonna wait for this weak bull cycle and then I'll get in. I think for puts it's gonna be break retest underneath what is it? Underneath the 5. All right, it's gonna get easier from here. It's gonna get much easier from here. Here we go. Here, let me do some work. Let me do some work. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention real quick. I'm still here, I'm just focusing. We need this wick with a red. Okay. I was just gonna say we need a wick, a red wick, and then it happened, and and it didn't dump. Oh my god, and it didn't dump. Come on. Yeah, let's wait for this cycle to go by. Just wait for this cycle to go by. Man, they're really making us work for this 40 cents, man. Jeez, come on. All right, protect your trade. You see the environment. Protect your trade. Jeez, we have to survive some stuff there. Okay, we walked through it together, right? Everyone's cool now? Now work on your exit strategy. Jeez. I think the original entry was somewhere over here. If you were holding with me, the original entry was somewhere over here. We had to hold for a while before it got in profit, but we're here now, so now let's let it go. I had to get back in, so now I'm just letting it run. On the break and retest here, I got back in. So can't lose from here. We're just gonna let it play out. Okay, look, I highlighted this magenta with the 2, right? If you didn't take the trade, I can't do anything about that. You see the 2 highlighted, right, Discord? You see it, 2? This is the 1. This is the 2. Just don't overstay your welcome. Take your money. We identified the entries. You just got to work on your exit. There we go. There's the money. Look, I have to adjust this. Don't even worry about me. Just focus on your trade. That's not me just trying to make it look pretty. For that, I had to do that one because that is our algorithm. So I had to adjust that one. That wasn't me trying to make it look nice. I was like a few cents off on the original algorithm, so I apologize for that. But we got it corrected now. Either way, that wouldn't affect the trade. We're still in the trade, right? We're still winning. We're still winning. Look at the money we just printed. Look at the money. All right. All right. There's the money. Okay. Here we go. Also, we have on our... So, if you're on YouTube, you didn't know, but the 5-minute chart is what we guide off of, right? You don't have access to the 5-minute chart. All the Discord members knew that on the break of this magenta line on our 5-minute chart, so this was at 10:05. At the 10:05 candle. Okay, so 5 minutes ago, the Discord already knew to get in the play to buy a put. So if you're trying to trade off of YouTube, it's difficult. It's very difficult. So you see, you know, us together, me and you together right now, we're on the 1-minute chart. The Discord members have the 5-minute chart, so they already knew. They already knew you're behind the you're behind the curve. So send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. This guy sucks. sucks. Now look, we're still in our purple, right? So just let that happen. But here's the thing, even if we look, the original play was somewhere up here, right? Because the algos kept getting messed. It was actually over here, somewhere over here. I think this red one was the momentum that fooled me essentially. Once this happened, if you put your stop above your last high, you know the stop never got tested, so this is a winning trade, right? Whatever that this magenta was in the beginning that I had, that actually was a winning trade as well. Look at the money we just printed on the break of our magenta. Look at the money. Look at our 5-minute chart. The Discord members already knew. We already knew on the break of our magenta on our 5-minute chart. Now you're working on your exit strategy, right? Stress-free. You didn't have to worry. Hold on, wait a second. Did I not tell everyone in the world, whoever's listening, that it's about to get way easier from here? Yes or no? Did I not? Did I not tell you it's going to get easier? Did I not identify the perfect entry? Actually, we identified the entry over here, right? The entry was way over here. The entry was at, I think, 9:48. Yeah, 9:48 Eastern. That was the entry. Because we even said to wait for the retest and reject, right? So the original retest and reject is right here. This is an absolute winner. Look at the money we printed. Look at the guardrail holding up. They're just as stress-free. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm not even worried. And I even told you over here. Over here? Cool. It didn't do what I wanted to do. You know, I'm glad I held. I'm glad I held to stop out for the fees here. And then, you know, went back in somewhere in this candle. Went back in. Look at the money we just printed today. What time? 7:15. Oh man, 45 minutes. 45 minute. Look at the money we just printed. And you know what? There's still gonna be people on YouTube that just refuse to send me an email. How are you gonna day trade if you don't? You're here for a reason. You see me giving out the. Look, you didn't know that I had a 5-minute chart that already had the winner printed on there. So why? This could be way easier on your bank account. You could have way less stress on your heart. You know, I'm not saying it's gonna take time. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. But it doesn't make sense to sit here and try to day trade and you're going in there blind. You have no expectation, and you're probably, I guarantee you're probably just doing indicator strategy. I guarantee it. I'm not saying it. You can't make it work. You know, it's possible, but if you're trading off indicators, the reason why it's not a thing is because if that was a thing, everyone would do it, and everyone would be filthy rich. It's too easy. It's almost too easy at this point. Look, I told you, if we get above 86, somewhere above here, look the other way. As long as we're below 86.12. Oh, but wait. That's not even the best. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart has something called the Pink Ranger, right? The Pink Ranger tells my Discord that when the price goes either below or above, to either buy a call or a put. Now, if you're in my Discord, the Pink Ranger got triggered at 85.91, and then we just now tested 84.68, right? So, hold on, this play is over. Watch out for the next play. It's gonna be here. All right, if we get above, What the heck? Okay, this candle right here took me out of the play. I usually take guardrails, especially in the morning before I figure out the macro. I usually take guardrails. So I took the trade from here and I got stopped out on this green candle here. So we'll see if I needed to survive the weak bull cycle. Okay, if you're in the Discord, we're still below the water. So work on whatever exit strategy you decide to employ. Either 1, 2, or 3. They're all still valid. They're all still valid right now. Me, I probably was a little jumpy because I wanted to recover the fees from up here, so I was a little bit jumpy on that, but you know, either way I already knew what my risk was. I knew where I was going to take money. So the reason I like stress-free trading is you control how much you're going to take. Okay, so we're in the downtrend. We're in the downtrend until we're not. If you're looking for puts, it's going to be break retest underneath the 5. Otherwise, we're looking for calls above 86.12. I'm gonna put an alert here. If the price gets here, then then we'll see. So I want to be alerted when the price gets here. Otherwise, we're in puts, right? Because we're not fighting the trend. We're looking to target the 5. Look, the original call out was the break, retest, and reject of 86.12. Go rewind the tape. This was a perfect break, retest, and reject of 86.12. See, I'm kind of glad I didn't overstay my welcome here. I'm glad I didn't overstay my welcome. I took profit at key level, and if I need to get back in, I'll get back in. Me, it's. See, I needed to wait till we break the range, right? So if we got underneath the 5, then I'll probably let it run. But because I know I have, you know, a stop sign in front of me, that's why you got to take the profit when you can. And we know FOMC is coming up shortly, so we don't want to over leverage before then, right? Okay, look, we're in puts until we get above green. That's the answer. Or if you're looking for a put entry, it's break and retest of the 5. That's the answer. Okay, until then, you're underneath the water, you're holding, you're doing whatever you're doing, and calls are going to be above green. That's the answer. So you're not looking for any calls until here. It has to be like that. Maybe if we bounce off the 5 to scalp on the up. Now remember, if you're taking calls anywhere down here, you gotta chase it. You gotta chase it. Risk to reward here, right? Because key levels right here. Risk to reward. It's not always going to be the break of, right? The conditions need to make sense. All right, we're gonna see if it's gonna be build in blue, break of magenta. If you took this break in magenta, you got to protect your trade. You have enough room to protect your trade, right? Break in magenta, you put your stop wherever you're gonna put your stop, but your trade's protected. You can't lose from here. Now, if you're still holding because you're below the water, right? This is exit strategy 3. If you took the break in magenta, protect your trade. There it is. Break in magenta for the win. Break in magenta for the win. Look at the money that just got printed. Look at the money that just got printed. Look at the money. Look at the perfect entry. Break of magenta. This is the absolute perfect entry for shorts, for puts. And there's still going to be people that aren't going to send the email. LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. What's wrong with you? Look at the money we just printed. Oh my goodness. Look at this 5-minute chart. Oh my goodness. Look at the money we just... There's people on YouTube that are watching me just print money right now, and they don't want to send an email. It's so silly. Look at the money we just printed, and they're like, nope, I'm not sending that email. I can figure it out on YouTube. Good luck, man. Good luck. What type of person shortchanges themselves? I don't know. I don't know what type of person that is, but you're probably weird. You're probably weird. You said me. No, not you. If you're in this Discord, yeah, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. Just don't overstay your welcome. Oh man. Okay, today's been a good day. I honestly didn't expect all this movement, but see, look, don't go off my bias. Do not go off of my bias, because I'm a human being. I make mistakes. Unfortunately, I have a bias. I wish I didn't. The other day, I was like actively engaged in rage trading. Yeah, I just couldn't get over it. By the way, I'm gonna have to get out of here early today. I have a doctor's appointment, so yeah, I'm gonna be on here for a little bit longer, and I gotta get out of here early today. But I did my job today, so I don't feel too bad. I did my job. Okay, I'm back. Excuse me. Look, you'll know the trend is over when we get above 85.76. If we get above this, start looking the other way. Until then, we're in a downtrend. If you're looking for puts, underneath the 5, break, retest, reject. I have to get out of here early today, so I'm telling you now. Discord, watch out for that green on the 5. Let's see if we break retest this green line. I just put it there for a reference. I know it's late. This isn't the, but I just put it there for a reference. All right, look, this is going to be for your call scenario. For your put scenario, look for this. I'm going to get up and walk around for a second. I'm just going to circulate some blood. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, I put some info on the screen. I'm going to take a few minutes. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see if we break this 5 and get underneath. I'm just cleaning up the chart just a bit. Let's see if they form that handle here, right? So you see cup, handle. So we're trying to see if we get a cup and handle, right? So remember, we always like right handles and right shoulders and handles. All right, Discord, pay attention to that 5-minute chart. Oh, why are these the same color? Darn it. Okay, if you are on YouTube and you're interested in learning how to trade, just look. I put a pink ranger here. Pink ranger means if it goes below, buy puts. The pink ranger was at 85.91. The current price is 84. What is it? 84.30. Gotta be in the Discord. So this micro cup and handle is going to be invalid if we get above this dotted line. Look, we're still in this lick box, right? We're still in this one, so wait for it to break. We're still in it. Easy, right? I told you what was going to happen. Now the play is over when it gets to the 5. I literally just said, watch out for this, this, and this. And I said if it goes above, somewhere up here, I said if it goes above this, it's invalid, right? Literally drew out the path just now. So look, I actually drew it over here. So when I'm telling you, I know what it needs to look like. I don't know when, I just know what it needs to look like, right? So what I'm saying is, I know I want to see the inverse cup form and then the handle form, right? Here's the inverse cup and here's the handle. So I don't know when this is gonna happen, but I know what it needs to look like. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. So for example, you know, a long time ago, this is a long time ago, I put it's gonna touch the 5, retest the 5, right? Because if you remember, I had this line doing this. So look, it touched the 5, retest the 5, right? So now you know, if you're in a trade, follow the structure. Follow the structure. Because if you're letting one candle stop you out, as opposed to letting liquidity stop you out, then you're working against yourself. Don't let the candle stop you out. Let the liquidity box stop you out. I know it's uncomfortable, but you gotta find, you gotta be okay with the discomfort. Like over here early on today, I would have took a loss for no reason if I would have panicked. If I would have panicked, I definitely would have took that loss for no reason. Okay, now look, this play is over now, right? So what's the next play? The next setup is the break, retest, and reject underneath the 5. This is the next setup, right? Because this has already played out perfectly. So now we want to wait for this. I really didn't even think we were gonna have this much movement today. Look, your safety calls are gonna be above what is this? 86.12. These are your safety calls. This is going to be your trigger. 1, here's 2, and this one's 3. So this is just the trigger, right? This is probably your safety up here. All right, Discord. Because I have to get out of here soon, so I'm showing you already I'm already showing you what's going to happen. Or what it needs to look like, right? If it looks like this, then you do that. Otherwise, we're in the downtrend. Don't fight the trend. I'm telling you, you know, wait till up here for this trend to be, for the downtrend to be over. If it never happens, then there's no breaking of the downtrend, okay? Don't try to force it. Stop trying to call the bottom. Now, is it a reasonable play to say it's going to bounce off the to grab liquidity off the 5 and push off? Yeah, sure, that's reasonable, but wait for the setup. That's all I'm saying. And we're going to identify it. So it's not going to be like, well, I don't know what the setup looks like when it happens. You will. You just got to be patient and wait. You will know. Okay, perfect. So far, everything, so far it's been perfect, right? All right, so here, if you took this break in magenta here, you put your stop above the last high. Here's the winner. I already drew out the whole path that was gonna happen. You just needed to have a little bit of faith and hold. Now, the play's done, right? So either you're holding to let it play out, or you're adjusting your stop so it can't go against you. Very simple strategy. Don't overthink it, right? It's the break of magenta, you put your stop above your last high, and you allow the play to play. Look at the money we just printed. Oh my goodness. Ah, thank you, OG. Thank you, OG. Look. Trader OG 3K with the save. Look, I have this highlighted as a 3. You're not in the Discord, you don't know that the play already happened on the break of our teal. The break of our teal was the entry. Look. Here it is. You're not in the Discord, you didn't know that the play we already won. You didn't even know. It's because you're being cheap. You're being cheap. That's the answer. You could have already had... You're so worried about the contribution. You could have paid the contribution in 2 minutes. So, you guys are... I just don't get people. I don't get it. You hear the urgency in my voice because the price is going up. In January, the price is going up. If you get in this year, you're locked in for life. After this year, the price is subject to change. The price is subject to change. I tried to scalp and I got everything out of it, but this candle took me out. I scalped really quick. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the movement break and retest. Next one. I did a little quick scalp. I didn't even tell anyone. Took a quick scalp somewhere here, and then this candle took me out. It's because I know I'm at the 5. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I was hoping it was gonna be one of those like where it dumps and then retest later, but so I was very tight with the stop, so. Small little profit there. Anyways, that doesn't change anything, right? Our setups are break, retest, reject underneath the 5 with the movement, not just a candle. I tried to do the candle scalp, but it didn't work. But I had enough dry powder because we had a good opening. But look, we're still below the water. No reason to leave the trade. We're not out of the downtrend until above 86.12. That's the answer. All right, I'm going to focus here for a little bit. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Okay, remember, don't overstay your welcome, okay? So I took the, when you heard me say I need to focus, I took the break and retest reject, right? So I'm just letting the play win now, letting the winners win. Can't look at the money we just printed on the break and retest. Oh my goodness, look, there it is. There it is. Listen, Mr. Higgins, brother, I do appreciate your interest, but I have people that are very serious about this business here, and I want you to be a part of it. But I can't do anything about technical difficulties. I can send you the look at the money we just printed. I'll send you the sign up information. Look at the money we just printed, Discord. This is why we're here. This is why. Just stick to the strategy. If you stick to it, don't over leverage, and you don't put your stop crazy, you'll be fine. Okay, Mr. Higgins, there are Discord members in here that are my loyalties to the Discord members, sir. I appreciate your interest, but yeah, I can't work out those type of technical difficulties. I'm not some IT guy. I'm just telling you how to make money day trading. If it, you know, I don't want to force you, man. I don't want to. I don't like when I sound like a slimy salesman, and I get that vibe when I hear myself often. I don't like it, and the reason why I sound like that is because I'm trying to, honestly, just trying to help people, right? I just want, I'm like, listen, like, I don't know how to explain it. Don't know how to explain it. It's like one person at the door trying to hold the door open for everyone to get in before the door closes. I'm trying to get everyone to get in the door before it closes. That's all. That's all. But yeah, I definitely, I want you to join, but I can't. You're asking things that I'm not able to do. But if you can figure out your technical situation, we're here for you, brother. You know, this is all happening live right in front of your face, and all I'm hearing is you're hesitating, right? Go back and look at all the data from since February 3rd. If you're hesitating on data, then there's nothing there's nothing I'm gonna say verbally with words that's gonna convince you. If the data that I've provided live streaming every single day, well, for the most part every day, I'd say I've got like 98% of the days from February 3rd. You know, I took some time because I had heart surgery, but besides my 2 heart surgeries I had this year, the data's there, man. You know, I don't want to sound like, I know what it sounds like. I don't want to sound arrogant, but you're gonna have to take some responsibility for your own stuff, man. And if you're hesitant on $100, then it's probably not for you. It's probably not for you. This one here got me, this candle right here. I held for this one, and then this one got me right here. 1103 candle. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't even have any runners. I just let everything get taken out. Okay, so I scalped I took another trade on the break and retest here when I said I need to focus. Hold on, let me focus. And then this candle right here took me out. So I guess today we're gonna scalp to victory today because I can't seem to hold long enough for anything. But okay, yeah. Mr. Higgins, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna try the link one more time. If it doesn't work this time, man, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You're gonna have to. I don't know. Either you trust the voice on the other side of the screen, or you go and look at all the data that I've provided, all the live streams. But beyond that, there's nothing more I can do, sir. So, but I will send you. I'll try it again. I'm gonna try your free link one more time. So give me a second, let me generate it, and I'll send you an email. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Here's a really quick explanation of why I kind of am the way I am. I actually made the decision last week that I'm going to stop, that I'm going to stop coddling the Discord members, and I'm going to force them to trade that the way they need to trade. And give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me put in work here. Hold on, I gotta focus. Give me a second. I gotta work. All right, let's see if it's gonna be build in purple, retest in blue, and then reject out of magenta. We're gonna see if that's the setup. Otherwise, we're gonna look for the build in blue, the retest of this of the 5, which should be this lick box as well, and then the push off above, right? So either like that or like this. Either one, these are the setups. But the reason that, I am the way I am, Mr. Higgins, is because it's like I don't want to have to convince people of the data that's already in front of their face, because then I feel like a used car salesman trying to sell you something, right? And that's not what this is. I'm not offering get rich quick scheme. It's not a money grubbing venture. That's not what this is, right? This is for people who are serious. If you're serious about doing it, and if that data that I've provided is not good enough, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you of data that's already available, right? It's just not going to happen. You got 1 hour. I think I gave you either 1 hour or 6 hours. I don't remember, but you got 1 hour to click on that link and join. If it doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you, man. You can't get anything special. I have other members that don't get what you're asking for, so. Anyways, back to the action. We're going to see if this is going to be the movement break and retest, right? Not the candle break and retest. So here, let me explain what I mean. By the candle break and retest, I mean it's literally just a single candle, right? It breaks, where is it? It broke on this candle, on the 56 candle. It retested on the 57 candle and then rejected. This is a candle break and retest. Sometimes that happens. Another break and retest could be the movement, right? Where we go in our movement, we break in purple, retest in blue, and then reject underneath this magenta, right? All right, head into the live stream section. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. So let's see if we get a break and retest of the teal. Let's see if that's gonna happen. Pretty much it's gonna be, hold on, let me draw it again. Let me draw it again to see what you need to be looking for. Essentially, here's another liquidity, I guess we can call it a breathe, where it goes like this. And then it does that. So let's look to see if this happens. All right, so here are the setups, right? If we get above this green, that's our trigger to start looking for calls. If we get above this one, it's gonna be our confirmation. So just wait for that to happen. If it doesn't happen, then there's no trade. Very simple. All right, look, take a screenshot. Ready? Take a screenshot, Discord. I need everyone to pay attention. Everyone pay attention. Ready? Watch. Okay, so you see this path right here. If this happens, that's gonna get us to green. This is just our trigger, right? We're gonna look for our call entries when green forms support, and then this is gonna be our confirmation at 86.12. Now, this is our call scenario, okay? First, we need to make the 5 support, first of all. If the 5 becomes support and we grab liquidity, then we're gonna see if we test 84.69. This is the call scenario, okay? Boom. I'm clearing the chart. Now we're gonna talk about the possibilities for put scenarios. Here's one put scenario here. The same setup as last time, right? Like this. That's one. Or it could be like this, watch. So I'm just telling you what all the setups are, and I promise you, one of these 3 things is going to happen. I promise you. All right, I'm gonna put all the paths back on the screen. I'm gonna try to make it as clean as possible, but it's gonna be difficult, but here we go. So either like this for the up. Like this for the down. Or like this for the down. If none of these things happen, then there's no trade. All right, Discord, look to see if we start to form support on teal. Here, wait, let me just show you. Okay, I'm gonna save my hands for a bit. I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk around, hear the setups. If none of this happens, then there's no trade. It has to look very similar to what I'm drawing right here. Either one of these paths. Okay, so I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Now I gotta get out of here soon because I have a doctor's appointment. So I'll be a few more minutes and I'm getting out. I'm just gonna do a quick wrap up. We're gonna have a short session today, but it's because I have a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna share with the YouTube some of our wins. The first win for the day was the break of our magenta. Second win of the day was the break of our magenta. Okay, and then we had a break, retest, reject of the 5 right here. So 1, 2, 3 put plays we had today so far. Look, I'm telling you, one of these 3 things is going to happen. It is going to happen. Now, how you play it, that is on you. You see the path. You see what the entries look like. There's nothing more I can do, right? So what's going to happen is exactly what I'm drawing is going to happen. You're going to see red candles and you're going to scare yourself out. You're not going to allow it to play out. Now, if that keeps happening to you, stop doing that. Easy fix. if you're trading in this range, you're okay with the price. If you're trading inside of this range, you're okay with buying and selling the price right here wherever you got it at. There's no point in having a bias here because it's impossible to know who's going to win the liquidity battle from the 5. Unless you know something I don't, meaning how many orders, calls, and puts are being hit right now as we speak, then you know something I don't. But there's no point in having a bias here. It's impossible to know the direction from right here. You can have a guess, but for what? Just let it happen. You want to guess with money? Just for clarity, this motion right here is technically still valid because it's supposed to be a rejection of the 5. So because the 5 is trending up, you know, technically it should be a rejection of the 5, right? So it's going to be whenever, if we reject the 5, just for clarity, right? This is a rejection of the 5, like this. If we reject off the 5. And then you're looking for that. It doesn't mean literally that it's gonna go at this time, right? I meant rejection off the 5, so you have to wait for all that to happen. And then if this did happen, your entry would be on the break, retest, and reject of 82.93. Just so we're clear, right? So there's no, you're not confused on what to do. All right, look, we're on the 5. They're grabbing liquidity. We're going to see who's going to win. The market's going to tell you. You don't have to guess. You're not going to be late. You're not going to be late. I'm here. I'm just being quiet. We're stuck in a range, so I'm waiting for this range to break. All right, we got above the water. Let's see if we get a weak bear and then continuation. The orange secondary liquidity broke. All right, so at this point here, if we looked at our trading plan, we want to see if this is forming right here. Watch. Still too early, but yeah, we're in the middle of the water here. 30 minutes says got room for the down. The 5 minute says we're maybe forming a weak bull cycle, and the 1 minute says we're above the water. So let them figure out the liquidity at the 5. Let them figure out this lick box in here. See this lick box we're in? Let them figure it out. This is the big lick box, okay? You see it. So let them figure it out. Let whatever is going to happen happen. Don't front run it. Right? It's above this green or below this red for your safety. I'm going to get up for a second. Don't overtrade. All right, your 5 minute chart has everything plotted out for you. Those flexion point levels look pretty good, so Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we're stuck in this range, so allow this to break. All right, so here's our inverse right here, and here's our bolt. One of those two things is gonna happen. One of those two things is gonna happen. How you play it, that's on you. And look, if it doesn't, then guess what? You're lucky, because that means you didn't get caught in the chop. You're welcome. Hell yeah. You know, we're right on the 5. Allow them to, it'll be obvious. Once they break it, it'll be very obvious. You're not going to be late. Just let them break it. Let them break to one side or the other, and just don't overstay your welcome. Take the profit. There's a lot of liquidity at red, so don't, you know, if they liquidity grab from red, we want to wait for a break and retest for safety. Break and retest is your best bet, so you don't get stopped on the stopped out on a stop hunt. Man, today looks interesting. I wanted to stay longer, but I have a doctor's appointment. I think it's gonna be I think today's gonna be an easy day. I'm gonna set alerts. I have to get out of here soon, so I'm gonna set alerts. I want to stay and watch this play out so I can gloat, because you know I love to gloat. Careful on the break of the orange because you know it's on the 5. So this is, you got to measure risk to reward. The break of the orange on the 5. It'll be obvious. It's not going to be like one little candle dancing. It'll be obvious. Just wait for it to be clear. All right, we've been chopping sideways for like almost an hour. almost an hour. This is pretty good liquidity built up now. An hour's worth of liquidity. All this right here. So if we break this red or this green, it's looking pretty juicy. So we'll see what happens. Look, don't get caught in this range. Don't get caught in this range. If you're taking a trade in here, you're okay with the price. We're literally just going sideways. Just wait. It'll be obvious. Whenever they do it, it'll be obvious. But then they're going to make the move, and then you're going to be like, oh no, am I too late? And then that's when you always stop yourself out for no reason. You got to allow it to play out. I'm here, I'm just being quiet. Wasn't someone in the Discord saying something about doing a BRR of teal? Could have swore I heard that. So on the 5-minute break, retest, reject of teal. I think someone said something about it. Okay. Maybe we're still in the move, so we're just gonna wait for this move to play out. We're in this move. not necessarily secondary liquidity from magenta because it's just grabbing liquidity from the 5. So this was the same lick box. This essentially was the same lick box. So here's the shoulder, right? Look at the point, look at the price point of the shoulder. Remember, I don't know when it's gonna happen. I know what it needs to look like, right? Look at the price point. You see this green candle? You think that's an accident that I rejected exactly on my price, on my flexion point? Not only that, I told everyone, look at the flexion point. Look at the flexion. That's what I told everyone. Don't look at the drawing because I don't know when it's gonna happen. I just know what it needs to look like. Right? No one knows when these, well, you know, sometimes I get lucky. All right, look, break of our magenta. Oh man, look at this. Look at this. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Look, I swear to God, I don't have a time machine to know that this was gonna happen. I promise you, I did not have a time machine to know that the price was gonna be here at this time. I get it right 80% of the time. That was a good guess, huh? This guy sucks. Oh man, there it is. Look at the money we just printed. Hell yeah. Now, you don't have to be risky like me. If you're risky, you know, you don't have to be scalpy in here, right? You got to take your money. You got to know what you're doing in here. Wait for the red and green. It just goes to show you, right? The structure, follow the structure. Look how perfect it touched on my line. I drew this here. I don't even know how long ago I put this here. I have no idea how long ago. Everyone in the world saw that I drew this path, one right here, a long time ago. I don't even know how long, a long time ago, but the fact that this wick just stopped on my drawing from maybe 30 minutes ago, I don't know, it should tell you something out there in YouTube land. If that doesn't tell you something, then dig a hole and get in it. Just dig a hole and throw yourself in it. What are these memes? Where do you guys find these? What is this meme? That's probably the best cat meme I've ever seen in my life. Yo, I wish the world could see this cat. That's funny. Okay, back to the action. Look how we identified all the risk. Look how we identified all... This is almost scary. It's almost scary how someone can... Okay, everyone saw it. It's all done right here in front of your face. Okay, today's been a pretty good day. Today's been a good day. I really like one more flush. One more little flush to red would be nice. Okay, I'm gonna let this play out. I'm going to start getting ready in the background. I told you I got that doctor's appointment, so dang, I also gotta do some admin. I'm gonna do some admin real quick, and then I'm gonna go get ready. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. I gotta borrow all these paths, so take a screenshot now, because I gotta borrow it. Everybody, take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna start adjusting my stop. You know, as we survived. I told you, it's gonna probably have another bite at the apple on red, right? I literally just went over this. I'm waiting for another test at red. I told everyone I'm waiting for another test at red. So I didn't. Now I'm gonna adjust my stop. If we get below red, then I'm gonna move it to. There it is. Look at the money we just printed. There it is. Oh my goodness. Look at the money. Oh yes. Damn, it feels good to be. Don't overstay your welcome. Alright, don't overstay your welcome, Discord. We do it every day. Stop acting surprised. Look at the money we just printed. If you're new, welcome. Well, you see what I'm saying? You new guy. You're hesitant. It took you maybe 30 minutes in this Discord before you printed money. Right? Now that one was free. You're welcome. All the rest, we're gonna have a me and you, we're gonna have a business plan, right? I'm gonna identify the setups. You're gonna take advantage, and you're gonna pay me for my service. Very simple. It happened right in front of your face, new guy, right? It took 30 minutes, 30, maybe 40 minutes. The whole month is already paid for. The whole month is paid for, and then some. I'm really glad that just happened. Everything just happened. Okay. Now remember, for this one, we wanted to see this. Right? We wanted it to get under. All right, see what we got. All right, I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. This one got me from magenta to magenta. This one got me, so we'll see if we get back in on the break and retest. Don't do that. See, don't do this. It better not do this. It better not do this. And I had a late fill on this too. Oh man. All right, there we go. All right, we'll see if it stays inside of orange. That was a good trade. From this magenta down to key level, that was a good trade. Okay, and you know, hopefully you're able to scalp something on breaker red, right? So red is from 82.93. It went down to 82.50. So 30 cents is what I am offering. This is over 30 cents, so we're gonna have to say this is a win. You know, could you get in and get out in that time? I don't control that, right? If you place your orders ahead of time, you'll be fine. I know that's hard to do, but you know, there's only so much I can do. I don't control the speed at which the stock market fills it, right? I can just tell you from here to here, that's where the money is. That's what I can tell you. All right, now on the break of orange, you know, you can only ask for the 5, so don't get greedy here. All these greens and reds, they're still in effect. Okay, so I'm gonna be on here another hold on. Let me pay attention to this really quick. I'm gonna pay attention to this really quick. I might scalp this to the 5. Let's see. I might take a scalp to the 5. Let me see how this candle closes. Okay, I'll take the risk so you don't have to. I'm gonna wait for the break of orange. I'm gonna wait for orange to break. And then I'll go calls, and it's just gonna be a scalp. Because I know this is risky. I see the downtrend, right? If we get below this right here, it's gonna stop. I know this is a gamble. It's okay. It's gonna stop me out for $50 loss. If it gets below, hold on, it's dancing, about to stop me out. It's below this candle. If it gets below this candle, it's gonna stop me out, $50 loss. I knew it was a risk. I just wanted to see if it was gonna grab liquidity from the 5. Didn't trigger it yet. Got me. It's okay. It's okay. We know where the setup is. I knew I was risking that one. I knew what I was doing there. That's why I told everyone, don't do what I do. Stick to the strategy. Okay, whoever took the break, retest, and reject of teal, I think DC. I think DC called that out. Good job, DC. 7 wins. God damn. All right, look, DC, I know you're over trading because we only had 5 wins posted. So you did 7. All right, good for you, man. Good for you, brother. Just don't overstay your welcome, right? Don't over leverage. You'll be fine. The break retest of teal was champion. All right, let's see if we can get something underneath this red. And then I'm gonna wait for red, and then I'm gonna call it. I was actually supposed to leave 12 minutes ago. Okay, actually, I have to get ready. I'm gonna let this run in the background, but I have to get ready. I'll be right back. Don't overtrade. Man, I am anxiously waiting to see what happens here. I think it's gonna be a move. I think it's gonna be a significant move, but it is late in the day over there. It's noon, so it might be compression time. So we're gonna wait for our entry. We're not gonna front run this. Man, I gotta get out of here. All right, I'm gonna still get ready in the background. I'm still here watching it. Just let's look at a higher time frame really quick. Below the water. Below the water. Below the water. See, look, this experiment we did over here is why you don't fight the trend, especially right next to the 5. But on the break of this secondary liquidity, I'm going to buy a call. On the break of this, I'm going to buy a put for science. We'll see. For science, or yeah, that's what I'll do for science. I'm going to mark out lower day. Lower day is highlighted. Look, this is the box. We just need to break this box one way or the other. One way or the other. This is the liquidity box here. So I think, oh man, the red is supposed to be here. This might be a liquidity grab stop hunt, or it might be continuation. We'll see. I think we're caught between orange and the 5. That's what I think. This red should have been, it should have been this red. I have to get out of here. I'm running out of time. Man, I'm just worried about it breaks and then they liquidity grab. Like it breaks, liquidity grab, and then dump. That's what I'm worried about. So I'll wait till we get underneath 82.51. I just don't like playing around next to the 5. Like all this liquidity in orange and then right next to the 5. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, we're gonna see if this wedge plays out between orange and magenta. If you're risk averse, wait till we get above green, right? If you're gonna be risky, you're gonna take orange, and then hopefully you're gonna hit the 5. So wait for the setup to happen, because we're in this liquidity box, so you can't overstay your welcome. So we're gonna see if it's gonna be this one or this one. Let it be obvious to you. You won't be late. Just let it be obvious to you. You're not going to be late. All right, let's see if we break 82.78. This is sideways. I want to know if we get big movement underneath 82.78. So if the price breaks below my dotted line, I want to see if we get a big strong candle. Testing it. Doesn't want to close below. It's testing that. It's testing that 82.78. Something tells me this is something here. They don't want to break this. They don't want to break this dotted line here. So if it breaks, I want to see if it has a strong candle downwards, or if we break orange, if we have a strong candle up. Okay. Let's see how this candle, 30 seconds on this candle. Let's see how it finishes. Okay, I was kind of hoping it would take us all the way to white, to 82.51. Okay, it got us somewhat. It got us somewhere where we needed to be. Okay, protect your trade. If they push up and stop you out, you can always get back in, right? We know there's a lot of liquidity on 82.51, which is why I have it highlighted. So if they shoot up to stop you out, you can always get back in so watch. If it's liquidity grab and they shoot up, you can always get back in on the rejection of orange. So don't think that it's you're too late on the play. So look, we measure risk to reward from the break of this magenta to key level, right? Don't ask for more than what they're giving you. Now we're gonna see what we can get out of it. Just follow your exit strategy, right? The entry was, I actually highlighted it. Now let's see what happens if we break this key level. A lot of liquidity built up, so it might be a one candle break and retest. Okay. Look at the money we just printed. Look at the money we just printed. I just told everyone in the world we have this wedge between orange and magenta. And I told everyone in the world, if we break this orange, I'm buying calls. I told everyone in the world, if we break this magenta, I'm buying puts. Money. I mean, we have a very simple strategy. Look, this actual inverse cup and handle. Look at the price. Look at the price. Come on now. Come on now. Don't overstay your welcome. Look, if you weren't able to make money from the break of this magenta to key level, what I told you, you're gonna have to work on that. It's almost like I gave you the answers to the test before it happened, about half an hour before. You knew that calls had to be on the break of this orange. You knew that puts were on the break of this magenta. Very easy. Very easy. Stress-free trading. Stress-free. And look, this is why I'm telling you. I got stopped out here. No bit somewhere over here. Yeah, I think it was somewhere I got stopped out on one of these trying to, oh, right here. I got stopped out on the 1208 candle. I was like, you know what? No big deal. Now, then I started to focus, right? I highlighted orange and I highlighted magenta. I knew it had to be one or the other. Magenta was the only one that presented itself. Okay, so I took magenta, win. So that $50 loss, gone. What $50 loss? It's hard to be wrong twice in a row. Very hard. You have to actively work against yourself to be wrong twice in a row with this, if you follow the strategy. That's just the truth. All right, I know I've been saying this for a while, but I have to get out of here in 1 minute. I have to get out of here in 1 minute. I've been saying it, but it keeps pulling me back. Like, I keep seeing the setup, right? I wasn't happy that they, I know I took a little gamble over here, so I'm not really upset about it, but I still wanted my $50 back. So I got my money. I got my money back. All right, this play is done. Let's see if we're still in orange or not. Let's look at our 30-minute chart. On the 30-minute chart, we already had the whole play plotted out. I don't even, that was hours old. The 5-minute chart, again, the same thing, right? It rejected inside the orange. Broke of our magenta on the 5-minute chart. So if you're in the Discord or if you're on YouTube, you need the 5-minute chart. We got it off the 5-minute chart, right? So our entry was on the break of our magenta. Look at that win. It's highlighted with a 2. If you're not in the Discord, you don't understand these things. You need to join the Discord to know what the setups look like. But anyways, that's been my time for today. I have to go to the doctor's appointment. I'm gonna leave. Actually, the setups are already. I'll leave some setups for Discord before I leave. But YouTube, that's been my time. We had a great day today. Send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted out. I'm offering a free session to test it out for yourself. Today was a very good day to test it. We had, I think, 6 wins at this point. All puts. We had 6 wins, all puts, just following the strategy. It's not as complicated as it looks. It may look complicated because you see a whole bunch of kung fu on the screen that I'm drawing. But once you're in here, it makes sense. You'll get it, right? It just takes time. So send me an email, LiveSPYTrading@gmail.com. I'll get you sorted out. For Discord, I'm just going to call it from here because I have to go to the doctor. This secondary liquidity on orange is looking pretty good. Let's see if it rejects. Anyway, I can't sit here and nerd out all day with you other nerds. So I'm going to call it for today, okay? It's been a pleasure. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Have a good day. Goodbye.